If you're struggling trading Forex, this video is for you. If you can't figure it out, you can't find out the reason why you're not profitable, you can't figure out why sometimes you have ups and sometimes you have down, this is the video for you. So make sure you watch the end of this video, right? Forex trading can be simple. Forex trading is doable, but it takes an extreme level of focus. Without a level of focus inside of the market, then you're not going to be successful. I'm just gonna break it to you, right? So inside of this video, I'm gonna be giving you 4 simple steps on how to become a better Forex trader. And then also, I'm going to be giving you a solution, a step-by-step game plan on how to become profitable inside of the market. But of course, this video is not a strategy video. It's not a super strategy, or it's not an end of the world indicator video. It's not one of those videos. This video is real and raw, the nitty gritty of how to become successful inside of the Forex market. If you're struggling, this is the video for you, right? Let's get started with step number 1. Stop trying to learn more knowledge. Learning more knowledge does not help you inside of the Forex market, simply because you have to understand the concept of the more you know, the more things that go on inside of your head when you're trying to make an educated decision. Inside of the Forex market, you cannot be dibbling dabbling between liquidity graphs, supply and demand, then Fibonacci, then MA crosses, and then all of these different things, because now you have to worry about all of those things. You need to learn one strategy and stick to it. So with this step, this applies to people that have been through multiple courses. If you never had a Forex course, if you never learned anything, then of course you need the knowledge first. But this is for the people that's been struggling, that can't get over the hump, that's just simply trying to figure it out on why they can't get to that next level. This is the step for you, right? Understanding that more information, it causes confusion. Like I said, you're battling all of these different concepts instead of focusing on one main thing, right? So when you're dealing with these strategies inside of the Forex market, you may learn from this person, you may learn from this person, you may learn from this person. But sometimes you can have information overload to the point where you don't make good decisions, right? So that leads me to my next point. Step number 2 is you must find a strategy, an edge, whatever you want to call it, and master it, right? Don't go searching for a new strategy every 3 months. Don't go, oh, I didn't learn this from this person's course, and so I have to go take the next person's course, or they didn't explain it and
I just can't figure it out.
Like, no, you need to find one course or one strategy and milk it, right? You need to be able to focus on that thing. So that's what focus stands for. Follow one course until successful. That's what the abbreviation for focus is, right? So that's the main thing that I want you guys to focus on when I'm talking about these things, right? You don't have to, like I said, dive from strategy to strategy. Profitability inside the market comes from having an edge and executing it. It's not about knowing. Knowing doesn't just make you profitable. Executing at a high rate and having a strategy and mastering it, knowing your strategy to the point where you don't have to second guess it, that's the step to getting consistently profitable inside the market, right? So that leads me to my next thing. Step number 3, study and work on your psychology. The reason why most Forex traders fail is not because they don't know what they're looking at, but it's more of them not executing the game plan and the strategy that they have for themselves, and they let their emotions control them. If you cannot control your emotions and you can't control this mind frame of what you have above here, you will never be successful inside of the market. So you have to understand that the work comes after you learn the basic concepts of market structure, trend lines, trends, support and resistance, supply and demand if you trade it, Fibonacci if you trade it, moving averages if you trade it. Whatever it is that you learn, that's just the basics of it. But the real work to becoming a consistently profitable, disciplined trader is in the mind. It's in the psychology. So you have to work on those things. You can't, like I said, let your emotions control you, because that is when you begin to make emotional based decisions, and that's when you begin to blow accounts. That's when you begin to over leverage. That's when you begin to revenge trade. All of those things come from emotional based decisions. So you have to be able to make conscious, aware decisions inside of the market. But that comes from working on the psychology. So you're probably wondering, what are ways that I can improve my psychology? Well, one, you can read self-development books. One book that I read was The Power of Habit. The Power of Habit was a book about understanding why you do the things that you do. So if you understand the why behind the things that you do, then you can then counteract those things. So you have to be able to sacrifice what it is that you're doing right now in your Forex journey. If you know you're over leveraging, you know that you're impatient, you know that you're not disciplined, you have to work on those things outside of the market. And then that way, those things that you work on outside of the market can then correlate into the market. Because Forex is just a visual representation of who you are. The markets, the charts, they tell you who you are as a person. If you're struggling with being disciplined, you're more than likely not disciplined in real life. If you're struggling with being patient, waiting on your entries, more than likely you're not patient in real life. So you have to understand those things, and you have to work on those things outside of just being on a computer screen. You literally have to put in the work. And how do you put in the work? You have to be aware. You literally have to be aware of, okay, these are the things that I'm doing. So how can I become aware? By tracking the things that I'm doing, right? So get a Forex journal. Write down your emotions. Write down, did you close the trade too early? Did you hold on the trade for too long? Did you enter the trade without having confirmations? Or did you just enter because you saw the candlestick going up and you're looking for a buy? You need to track all of those different things, because whatever you track grows, right? So study and work on your psychology. What else can you do to improve your psychology, right? Feeding the brain with different things that make you think, right? So instead of listening to music on your way to work, you might listen to a podcast, and now you're starting to develop those thoughts that's getting, pushed into your brain, because now you're hearing different things on a positive note versus just things that you're comfortable with. Music is a comfortable thing. It makes you feel good, makes you want to dance, makes you want to, do all of that stuff. And it's not necessarily helping you in a sense, right? So you have to pay attention and study what are things that you're taking in on a day-to-day basis. Are you watching Netflix that's super rated R shows that's like action and killing people and, all of those different things? You need to be mindful of the things that you're taking in. So you have to study you. That's the best advice I can give you, is study you and work on this mental framework. Work on the things that you say when you talk to yourself. You have to be able to control your negative thoughts, right? So study your psychology, right? Now, the next thing, step number 4, execute the system. Being inside the market can cause extreme frustration, right? It can cause emotional distress. It can even trigger a gambling addiction. So if you understand those things, then you need to be able to just focus on your system, which is your edge, right? So like what we talked about on step 2, you need to be able to focus on that and execute it no matter the emotional feelings that you have. You have to literally be a robot inside of the market in order to be successful. You have to be able to put the emotions aside and execute no matter what you're feeling, right? Because when you make those emotional based decisions, that's when things go wrong, right? So step number 4, like I said, is execute the system. When you execute and you focus on simply just executing, then everything else goes away. Execute. And of course, you have to have a great system. If you have a good system that works for you, that produces a profitability rate, then milk it, man. Milk it. Now that I've given you those 4 steps, I want to give you guys a solution. So if you stuck around to the end of this video, you're definitely in for a treat, right? So a solution that I have for you guys is take the time to assess your life, right? From the people that you talk to, the things that you take in, music you listen to, your day-to-day decisions and your actions. And then I want you guys to literally write this down and ask yourself, am the things that I'm doing, or the people that I'm associating myself with, or the things that I'm listening to, Are they in alignment with who I want to become? And if you don't know who it is that you want to become, then you need to figure out exactly who that character is. Who is that person that you want to become? You need to visualize that person. Visualize how you want to move, how you want to operate on a day-to-day basis, how you want to live your life. You need to figure that thing out, right? So once you figure that thing out, then you need to reverse engineer on how you will become that person. Will you remove those toxic people from your life? Will you become more intentional with the decisions that you make on a day-to-day basis? Will you stop listening to the music that's causing you to feel sad or causing you to feel emotional? Will you stop watching the things that's not educating you and that's just simply entertaining you? Are you going to cut out all of the negative things and replace it with things that's purposeful, that's meaningful, that's educational? You need to assess that, right? So that's how you begin to reverse engineer. You are the author to your own story. And if you understand that you are the author to your own story, then you understand that you can create whatever reality it is that you want. Imagine the trader that you want to become. How do they prepare on a day-to-day basis? How patient are they when they're waiting on the setups? How do they manage their risk? Once you create that image in your mind, now you can begin taking those steps on a day-to-day basis to become that person, to become that best version of yourself. And now you can eliminate the old version of you that's blowing those accounts, that can't get past a certain threshold, that can't get risk management down, that can't control those emotions. You're gonna get rid of that person once you begin to visualize the person that you want to become and start taking those steps day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year, to become the version that you want of yourself, right? Y'all even watch my YouTube. I've even watched YouTube. I've even looked up to certain people and realized like, okay, that's how I want to move. So if I understand that's how I want to move, then I gotta start moving right now. So you gotta ask yourself, is it day one or one day? And I hope it's the first answer, because you gotta get started today. No more blown accounts, no more emotional trading, none of that. We getting rid of that. It's the last quarter of 2023. We going into 2024, and like I said, we becoming that version of ourselves that we want to become, right? So I hope this video was super helpful. I hope this video gave you some insight, and make sure that you take notes. Write down who that person is that you want to become. If you need a goal journal or you need a dream journal, trust me, write it down. Figure it out who it is that you want to be, and then ultimately you'll become that person, right? So like I said, I hope this video was super helpful. Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button, and let me know how you felt about this video. Peace out. See you guys in the next video.